Hello, everybody. So I am answering your questions live right now. I'm not sure if I've done this right, but I guess we'll find out. At any rate, I'm answering your questions. So I know it's working. I'm live because I've got my little green thing there. So the first question I'm going to answer is Manali's question. So she says, Amanda, I have two questions for you. So I have doubt regarding free will. If everyone is you pushed out in somebody else's reality, even though they push me out, no, they do not push you out. You are the only person in your reality. You are nobody pushed out to anybody. Okay. Pardon me. Sorry. Okay, so your reality is projected out from your subconscious mind out. Okay, so you are not pushed out in anyone else's reality. Okay, it's only you, and you can only look at it from your point of view. That's probably where you're having doubt with everyone, is you pushed out and confusion. Okay, nobody else exists in your reality. They're basically figments of your imagination. This is just a dream. Now, other people may have their own reality and their own quantum bubble somewhere else. You may or may not be a part of it, but you will never know that. And that's not for you to know. That's their reality. That's their day. Have a nice day. That's them. So I mean, if I say that somebody intended for me to message them, I would have gotten that idea to message them. But that's still in my hand that I do it or don't do it. Okay, nobody can intend for you to do anything in your reality. So nobody can intend for you to message them. Okay, that's probably where you're getting confused, is nobody can intend you to do anything. Only you can intend. Your thoughts could think that, hey, that's my idea to call her. But it's not. It was my idea. I created it first. So you can only look at it from your point of view. Okay. So that's really important there. The other thing that you want to take a look at is that basically, you want to do everyone is you pushed out list. Okay, so you don't want to use this on like your specific person. You want to do this on things that are not a huge deal, of getting people to say and do things that show you that they have zero free will. Okay, so nobody is you pushed out. I mean, nobody, you're not anyone else pushed out, and nobody can intend you to do anything. Okay, so I think that's where your doubt about free will is coming. Okay, you have free will, and you're the only person in your reality with any sort of ability to create intentions. Nobody else can. Okay, so I've also made a huge mistake in the past. Really? I don't think anything's a mistake. You're the only person in your reality. You can say it was the best thing ever and change it into that. So you may want to revise whatever you're assuming is a mistake. Okay. So my SP had a major third party, which I removed as I let him go. The third party moved out and he came back. Okay. So again, this thing was happening where he actually asked me to what time will our arrangement work. And I kept verbally telling him until the end of time, you don't get your bride. Okay. He said, even last time you said that and created a scene where I got myself a match. I clarified saying that I let you go. Now you came back on your own. I accepted that in the past. Now he says, no matter this time I get married to a person, or not even if I started talking to any girl for my marriage, I will cut you off and I won't come back like last time. Okay, that's a problem. Why are you creating him to say that to you? Why are you creating him to do that? You've got to change, honestly, your opinion about him, okay? And you got to do some self-love here. So you've got to start creating that he wants you and only you, that he wants to marry you, that you're the best girl in his world, and he's never going to find anyone like you, and he darn well knows it and treats you like that. And then you also have to create that he's loving, understanding, he wants to marry you. And then you're going to have to do some self-love here, saying, look at, you know what, I'm good enough to have a relationship like this. I'm good enough to be the one that he wants to marry. So this fear has somewhere in my mind that he will leave as soon as this third party arrives. He won't ever come back, because I pointed out that no matter, I pointed out in the past, no matter, even if he wants to, because of mainly his ego, that he already said no to me. Okay, so you've got to completely drop that story about him, because that story is not helping, him actually wanting to be with you. Okay, so yeah, I mean, let's change that story to basically, he wants to be with you and he doesn't care about his ego, and he'll he'll put down his pride and he'll eat crow just to come back to be with you, because you are the best thing ever. Like, start creating the story that way. Okay. Oh, I see we got some. Hello, I'm answering your questions right now, Manali. I'm so glad you're here. Answering your questions, girl. So change your story about him. He wants to be with you and only you, and some self-love. I deserve to be the only one in his life. I deserve to be the best thing ever. And then that brings me to actually your next question, and that you've got on here, the first one that you've put 2 days ago, where it says, I'm in the process of manifesting my SP, and according to you, how important is self-love? Be loved by him. You're the best one for him. Like, you really need to, mix him into that self-love a little bit, because your story about him is that he's just basically using you till another girl comes, it sounds like. So you got to change that story. um, so self-love, that he loves you and he'll do anything for you, right? Now, so people say feeling is the secret. Okay, so you don't need to feel excitement. It's about feeling neutral and natural. That's what you want to feel. Okay, so you want to feel completely neutral, completely natural, and you want to be basically feeling void of frustration. You don't want to feel any anxiety. You definitely don't want any fear. You want to let go all of those negative feelings, because when you feel neutral, like about it, that's when it happens. You say, you guys know I've had a struggle, in my relationship with Andrew, getting to where I am now. And you'd say, well, how is it now that, he absolutely worships the ground you walk on? And I'd be like, whatever. I'm not excited, but I'm not worried. I don't have any anxiety. So it's about coming to that, that sort of neutral place, right? Oh, thank you. Guys, I can't really read the chat in here because I'm actually reading your questions in the Patreons, just to let you know. Okay. Okay, back to the questions here. Okay, so the second part of this question: how do I keep my ego aside in manifesting an SB? Okay, stop reacting. Sorry, we've got to stop reacting. It's so funny. So here's a really perfect story of that. I remember like a year ago or something, right? Like, I'd be in the bathroom and I'd be like getting ready, and like I've got a big mirror in there, and I'd look at, I'm like, oh my butt, oh god, it's huge. Ugh. I'm like, I should go for a walk, right? Then all of a sudden I think to myself, well, yeah, Andrew's probably gonna want to go for a walk, and it's gonna annoy me. Sure enough, I'd walk out of the bathroom and he'd just, like, I don't know where he would like materialize out of nowhere. He'd be like, do you want to go for a walk later? And I'd be like, of course. So we have to understand that we've created people to act the way that they act. Okay. And when we realize that we've done that, and then all we have to do is to change it and say, no, I intend that everything they do makes me feel good. I intend that they only suggest things that I want to do. Once we start realizing that, and we realize that reacting is really just a waste of time, because when we react, all we're doing is giving more power to the problem. Now, I mean, did Andrew really say, oh, let's go for a walk to annoy me? No, he said, let's go for a walk because I thought it and I intended he would say it to me. And he did. So we've got to start taking responsibility for our thoughts and stop, acting out and, basically punishing others for things that we've created them to do. Okay. Your life will be a lot quicker, easier, and simpler when you manifest in a way without actually reacting. So you've got to get control of your feelings. Okay. Like, control of your emotions is 100% the name of the game. Okay. 100%. Right. How do you control your emotions? You control your thoughts. Like, honestly, right? Like, apparently Andrew's going to work today, right? Like, he usually works from home, but he's going to work. Now, I could sit here and I could be like, oh my goodness, you know what? That's it. You know what? He's probably lying to me. He's probably going out with somebody else right now. Oh my goodness. You know what? I could totally let that thought just completely consume me, be in the worst mood ever, probably not do this live stream, sit in bed, be upset. Right. And then when he comes home, probably jump down his throat, like, where have you been? Why do you smell like that? Right. Or I could just say, no, I'm not going to entertain those thoughts and start intending, that, he is a nice guy and I can trust him and he does love me and he does tell me the truth. Right. So, we create our emotions through our thoughts. So when we control our thoughts, we control our emotions. Our feelings are an actual manifestation of our thoughts. Okay. So work on stopping getting the reacting. Okay, like, really work on it. Like, really talk yourself out of it. And reacting always comes from, how dare he do that to me? So, start looking at him like he's a guy that never does anything to upset you. Okay, and then he'll start to actually do things that make you feel good. He'll stop upsetting you. Okay. So living from the end, okay, you're right, is not blocking him. Like you wouldn't block him, but then, living from the end wouldn't be thinking that as soon as you found somebody else, you would be marrying them either. Okay, so let's start thinking from the end. Okay, so from the end is, yeah, he does want to be with me. Everything he does makes me feel good. I'm the only woman for him. He worships the ground I walk on. He would never leave me for another woman. In fact, he's picked me over everybody in this world. Say to yourself, look, there's 7 billion people in this world, and this guy shows up and like hangs out with me. He wants to be with me. You got to make everything he does mean he wants to be with you. Like even things that Andrew does that annoys me, I just make it mean that he wants to be with me. Why not? Right? So unsuccessful manifestations, it happens to me that my SP asks me out. Perfect. But I don't know, for some reason, the meeting doesn't happen or he cancels. Okay, so you're creating him canceling. Okay, it's not an unfulfilled intention, like it's not a failed manifestation. You're intending that it doesn't happen somehow. So you've got to get aware of your thoughts and figure out what thoughts causing that to actually end up, end up canceling it. You've got to get on it. There's some thought that you're having that's manifesting it not happening. It could be, oh, he always lets me down. I mean, it could be a whole number of thoughts, right? But you're going to have to dig to the bottom of those, okay? So that question's answered. There was one other question here that I wanted. Stephanie Ann, what you resist persists. So on days when the thoughts of what you don't want are dominant, usually probably the days we don't feel good or we're tired, just keep flipping the thoughts, yes, or use distraction to distract yourself. And also, I always use happy and grateful. I start counting my blessings on those days, okay? Or do you allow the thoughts so they don't persist later? No, I don't allow the thoughts. I don't. The reason why I don't allow the thoughts is doing something that's going to upset me or that he's actually being honest. I mean, if I've got a choice to think that and the only thing that's real is the thought that I have, why would I choose to that he's going to do something that's going to upset me, right? And let that to, sit with me. I'm not going to do that. So I always make sure that I flip the thought. And if, like I said, I do, like you're saying, you do have rough days. Yeah, I had a rough day the other day. So I distracted myself. I watched Price is Right and started yelling at the TV because seriously, shaving cream isn't $5 a can. Like the guy should have put it at $2.99, but whatever. Distract yourself or start becoming thankful, happy, and grateful for things that you already have and reminding yourself that, you know what, none of this is real and your thoughts create, okay? And when you remind yourself of that, seriously, none of this is real, you kind of bring yourself back and you're like, yeah, you know what, none of this is real, right? So, but don't beat yourself up for having the negative thoughts, okay? That's only going to make it worse, okay? So some thoughts I've been able to change, and others I have not. Painful thoughts will still pop up over the matter, even after revision. Okay, you've just got to keep on top of them and really, really ask yourself if they're true. And you've also got to let go. Sometimes seeing things from the other person's point of view would also help, changing your perception on the situation, right? For instance, okay, here's a good example. Let's say, for instance, your friends, you wanted to go out on Friday and they said, well, you know what, I'm busy on Friday. And then they canceled plans with you. And you're like, oh, so now you're mad because, you guys had plans, but, they said, nope, they last minute canceled. But then all of a sudden, okay, you find out, you go to this pub and they were actually planning a surprise party for you. Well, that's funny. Perception changed and all of a sudden you're not mad anymore, right? So see about how you can change your perception in your situation to alleviate some of those painful thoughts. Is there another way that you can look at the situation that will make it not feel so painful? Because the only thing that's real in your reality is your assumption and your thoughts, okay? So is there another way to look at it that is not so painful? Okay, so Katie Erickson's question. So I want a relationship partner. So how do you say this statement? I leave off continues and to grow and continue, which is also dropping it. So if I say I want to feel good about it, and then it keeps on and a bridge happens, or I moved, or they moved to me. Okay, great. Okay, great. So what is a clear, straightforward statement to say that will manifest me a relationship partner? Okay. Well, I intend to find somebody that resonates with me on all level. I intend to find a relationship, If I make it vague, I get somebody who doesn't want what I want. Okay, age or location is off. I tried writing each desired quality and I still haven't gotten the complete desired person. Then be more specific. Okay. I also find that they don't show or feel the same way as I do. Make sure you write that in there, that they feel the same way that you do and want the same things that you want. Even when I originally said I'm good enough and who I desire feels the same for me. Okay, so if that's not working, then you may have some core meta intentions in there, like, nothing works. I mean, do other things manifest for you? I mean, I also have said that before, someone who wants what I do, and I haven't seen that. Okay. So if little things aren't manifesting at all, then you're probably gonna have some core intentions. Like I remember I had somebody, they were like, oh, this is BS, this is BS, like nothing intended. They couldn't get anything. They couldn't even like, manifest a cup of coffee. Okay. So I mean, is it a core and meta intention about just, belief in law of attraction? Do you have some doubts in yourself? Do you have doubts that you're, worthy? So it's not really just one intention, okay, that's going to create what you want. Pardon me, it's all the other thoughts that you may be having. Pardon, sorry guys, my nose. That you may be having that could be blocking it. So what I recommend, there's more to this question. So basically, a clear statement that says, I want a relationship partner plus all the qualities, and I wrote it all down before and I haven't seen results. Okay. So wants me, desires me 100%. In the past, I've manifested other stuff. Okay, you have, but it's always been simple words or things like a new car. For me, well, that's actually pretty good. A raise at work, that's awesome. Free food, awesome. Checks in the mail, awesome. So I see how these things are clear and simple. But if I say I want a girlfriend or relationship, it seems to miss out on the things mentioned or the details. And those are the things yet that don't feel the same for me and deeply want and desire me. So okay. So basically you want to say, look, it's easy for me to manifest a relationship of somebody who wants all the same things that I want. Okay. So just right there, it's clear and it's simple for me to manifest a relationship. You're making manifesting a relationship way more complicated than it needs to be. You also want to check and make sure, do you have any other thoughts like, being good enough, worthy of a relationship? Right? Do you think it's possible to find somebody with all of the qualities that you want? So write down all the reasons why you don't think it's easy to find a relationship and then switch them over to positive intentions. Okay. Write down all the reasons why your list is not manifesting and then cross them out one by one, write them into positive intentions. Read those positive intentions a few times a day, add them to your mental diet. Make sure you've got your list on your specific list of what you're looking for in a person and make sure you reaffirm that it's going to happen along with that other list of intentions. Okay. And that should actually help you. So I'm going to write here that I've already answered this. I answered this in the video today. Oh my goodness. I should copy and paste that so I don't have to keep typing it out. You guys are still here holding on with me? Okay. I didn't feel like typing today, so guess what? We're actually answering questions this way. And then I don't need to upload the video either because it's already sort of loaded, right? So who else do we got here in here? Let's go to all of these comments. We're going to do like all of them right now. Okay. So we did the self-love one, right? Yes, we did. Okay. We did Katie's. Okay, next one. Okay. Imrani? I think I said that right. Okay. My question is, can I read my intentions too? Yes, absolutely. Please do. In fact, where's my list? Right now, I was creating something and it was crazy. I wrote them all down, right? And I read them for a few days and you know what? Like 2 weeks later, like it's been crazy. Like they just all happened at once. It was great. It was like so awesome. Yeah, so definitely read them. I wrote my intentions in my smartphone and sometimes I read them only. Will they work or is thinking them much better? Well, okay. So first of all, you'd never want to, okay. So if I do intentions about Andrew, I never like say them in front of him because then he thinks that they're my idea, not his. So don't tell the person that the intentions are about the intentions. I'll tell Andrew intentions about my business because he has nothing to do with that. And you can do them in your head or out loud. Definitely. Both work just fine. The only thing is you don't want to, say them to the person, right? So does reading reach my subconscious too? or give me instant results, thoughts transmission, or do I really have to think them? Okay, so there is some schools of thought that if you actually sit down and like write them out, that because you're getting like all your senses involved, you're doing the kinetic, and you've got like, your eyes, and you're actually focusing on it, that works a lot better. But I mean, I don't always write down my intentions, and they all work just the same. Okay, so there is really no one powerful way to do it than another. If you think, okay, if you create the belief that you have to say them out loud 4 times, for them to work, then you actually will have to do that, and you create that belief. So, I just create the belief that it doesn't matter as long as I think my intentions, then it's working, and it works all the same whether I write it, think it, or say it out loud. Okay, because I really don't want to complicate my life for myself. But if you say, well, look, I have to write it down 4 times or else it's not going to manifest, then you actually create that as a belief. I would probably avoid doing that if I were you, because then you would actually have to write them out 4 times. Sounds like a lot of work. So things basically will reach your subconscious mind every time you speak, and every time you think, and every time you write something down. Okay, so if I say to you right now, don't think of a blue duck, you thought of a blue duck. So that actually bypassed your conscious mind, made a picture in your subconscious mind. Okay, now the only time things don't reach your subconscious mind is when your subconscious mind has a contrary belief in there. That needs to be broken down, and then that's where resistance comes in. That's where a mental diet comes in, revision, doing SATs, like, state akin to sleep, visualization, to sort of start to get the new reality in there. Okay, so I'm curious if reading them is a waste of time. No, it's never a waste of time. Please read them as much as you want. My daily mental diet consists of catching my doubts of my specific person when I'm thinking of the lack, and then I create the positive intention. Perfect. Love it. I focus on what I want, and when I have a negative emotion and I don't know why, I do random intentions on the topic to get it to a neutral place. That's perfect. I love it. I sound like I'm writing this. And sometimes I read my intentions about my SP. Perfect. I love it. Thank you for answering. The additional video idea is maybe how we can get a positive opinion of our SP past, even if our current reality shows something different. Well, I mean, that's up to you. Water. The thing is, right, is, I mean, I can change people and my opinion of them really fast, because honestly, I've created them anyway. None of this is real, and they're just me pushed out. Okay, so with just that basis knowledge and having experience and a belief in that, like I just look and I'm like, okay, look, I'm just gonna let that old story go. Boom, change done. Right? Not a big deal. So as you get more experience with it and you practice it more and you see it more, like you get really quick at just being able to let go of whatever you've created previously and not hold on to it as something that's part of the person's trait. Okay, like I've changed people in my life instantly, and especially recently, because I know I created them that way, so I just give it up. Right, so you can actually change them really, really fast. How do you do it? By just reminding yourself that everyone is you pushed out, and that you've created them to be that way. And it's a feeling. So as you get more experience, you'll get better at it. Okay. Yeah. Let's see. What else do we got here? Rija. No, Rijra. I hope I said that right. So, Amanda. Oh, you guys are still here. Oh my goodness, I'm checking. I'm like, you guys still here? Or am I talking to myself? Sometimes I'm intended things, and I'm 100% sure it is manifesting, and I know it's happening, it's real. 3D doesn't come and it doesn't happen. I'm shocked. Okay, y'all are going to answer this question. That's because, okay, what happens is all your manifestations have to fully go through the pipe to actually come. So you will get probably the opposite when there's resistance in your reality. Okay, so like for instance, okay, so if I'm like, okay, oh, I want chicken today. Actually, I do want chicken today, so we're going to talk about chicken. Okay, so I want fried chicken today, right? Then I'm like, no, I'm just probably not going to go. And then maybe he will. I'm like, maybe he won't. I'm like, no, he will, right? Now I walk out there. I'm like, Andrew, you want fried chicken? He's like, no. But then he might say, yeah, I will. And then he's like, no. So basically, like, everything has to manifest through, okay? Like, for instance, when I wanted to move in with Andrew, so 5 days in a row, I created every day he was going to ask me to move in with him. And every day he told me no for 5 days straight. Why was I getting the opposite? Well, because all of that resistance had to manifest through. Okay. So you can't give up the first time. You have to keep persisting on it. It'll show up the second time. That's just the way it works. Okay. So yeah, you're 100% sure it's happening, then you've got to just push past when it doesn't show up and say, no, it's still going to show up. Okay. Because if you're 100% sure, then when it doesn't show up, you can't give up. Okay. Because you're sure it's going to come. Right. So keep being sure. Okay. It might have been like you had that, you had that where, you've been like, oh, you know what? Maybe, I'm going to ask them to go with me. Maybe they won't. Oh, yeah, they will. And then all of a sudden they phone, they're like, no, I don't want to go. But then all of a sudden they change their mind, right? Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's because that flip flop was created by you. So it had to manifest and then it shows up. Okay. So keep persisting on it. You will sometimes get the opposite. You've got to persist. Okay. Um, I want to thank you because the situation my SP is getting better. Oh my goodness, you're welcome. And each day, oh, with the mental diet you suggested to me to use. Oh, thank you. You're welcome. No, thank you. Thank you for letting me know that. Some of my intentions manifested instantly, such as him asking me out on a date and meeting him at the gym and going to places that I intended weeks ago. We had a great time together. We communicated smoothly and harmoniously as I intended it to be. He showed me he really loves me. He said he misses me, etc. Every time he sees me, he can't stay away from me. And we end up spending time together. But when it comes to communication, though, messages or calls, he still doesn't reply. Well, I intend that he starts replying. And I would intend that you start intending he starts replying too. Although we had a good time together and he showed me those things, he says to me he doesn't deserve me and that he messed up and he doesn't want to take any responsibility. He doesn't want to be in a relationship, although he can clearly see that he's lying to himself, etc. Okay, so you need to change the whole story about him. He takes responsibility. He does want to be in a relationship. Um, you know, yeah, he does feel like he deserves me, and you know what? He's completely over the past and he's ready to move on into a healthy relationship. I would also create that he's emotionally intelligent. It's going to help. Um, when I told him I accept that he doesn't want to be in a relationship with me, he kept saying, like, "What? You don't fight for a relationship? You surrender like this?" Oh my goodness. Sorry, I don't mean to laugh, but oh boy, I guess in the middle of the process, yeah. Everything is much better than before. Okay, so yeah, okay. Basically, um, oh, promotional sale of my coaching services. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Everybody gets 25% off their first video coaching session with a coach if you've never done video coaching. So, yes, that is the promotion. You guys go right ahead for that one. Me, unfortunately, I've got a really long wait list and I'm not accepting any new clients. So sorry, guys. But all my coaches are really well trained. And if you do have a current coach and you would like to try out one of the other coaches, you can still have 25% off with the new coach if you want to switch coaches. Okay. So just to let you guys know that is a possibility. Discount does not apply to me, but I'm not accepting any new clients. So sorry, guys. But at any rate, so basically, what you want to do is you really want to take a look at things like, you know, you want to recreate him. So start looking at changing what he is thinking and what he wants. So, you know, basically, he's ready for a relationship. He's over the past. He's ready to take responsibility. You know, he stands up for what he wants, you know, things like that. So start changing the story about him because it sounds like, you know, the story about him isn't, you know, 100% where you want him to be, right? So you want to think from the end. So, you know, if I had the guy of my dreams, you know, what would this guy act and be like? Okay, well, he'd take responsibility. He would say that he wants to be in a relationship. He would feel like he's good enough with me. Okay, so all of those things is what you want to start intending and creating him to be now with those qualities. Okay. Also, understanding and forgiving are also some really good ones to create there. Oh, you guys are so welcome. Aw, oh, thank you. I know I'm trying to change the world one every day. Um, you can change a person instantly, Anne? Yes, you can. But you have to think you can change them instantly, right? That's the biggest thing, right? Um, yeah, you gotta, yeah. Okay, so Yeah. So Manali, you've got to keep working at the entire story. The big story is you've got to change your story about him. That's mostly what it is we got to change the story. We always parade people with baggage. We're like, oh, they got so much baggage. They don't want to be in a relationship because some previous person has wrecked them and gave them baggage and they're never going to be able to love again. Like that's just like the story of everyone's life, you know? And, you know, I actually created Andrew to actually be like this great guy that was actually like emotionally intelligent, who's like over his baggage. And it's great. It's actually really great to actually, you know, see somebody as, you know, in a relationship that they can be, you know, a smart guy that's emotionally intelligent, that even though he's had a bad past, he's gotten over it. You know, he climbed that mountain and he fixed himself. And it's really nice to have a relationship with somebody that I projected that onto. So, you know, all of you guys, right, you know, as definitely do that in your relationship. Start seeing the other person as somebody that, you know, is over their stuff. Okay. Specific job. Well, you start saying that that job's available in that location because you're the god of your universe. So if you want it, then you do it. You go for it. You can. Yeah. Some advice on how to manifest this. Yeah. You're the god of your reality. So take down all your complaints of why you don't think it's happening. Cross them out one by one and put them into the positive intention. So, for instance, the one right there is not available in that location. I intend that it is available in that location right now. Funny story. So I don't know if you guys know me, a little personal story. So was it like maybe, I don't know, like this last year or whatever. So anyways, I found out that I needed surgery. So I went to go see a surgeon. It was nothing serious. It was just minor surgery. And I was going to go see the surgeon in December. And he says to me, it's going to be a year wait list. And I was like, are you kidding me? I'm like, I'm not waiting a year. So anyways, you know, life went on, right? And I have to go see, like in Canada, they're really like, we've got healthcare, but they want to make sure you're going to be okay, right? So I went to go see like a whack of doctors like throughout January or whatever, right? And then so he says, well, you know, he says, put yourself on my cancellation list for the surgery. And I was like, yeah, because I ain't waiting a year. Like, there's no way. That would have been like January of like this year. So finally last week, I don't know, something happened and I wasn't feeling good. And I was like, okay, that's it. I made the intention. I said, you know what? I'm like, I don't care. I said, somebody right now is going to cancel off that surgery for this week because they told me they had surgeries every Friday. They run them every Friday. And I was on like a year-long wait list. And I was like, okay, this is not going to happen in a year. I'm like, it's going to happen sooner. So I got really fed up with it last week. And I said, no, this is not going to happen. So I just sat here. I said, no, someone's going to cancel right now. They're going to decide that they don't want to do it this Friday. They've got something else to do and it's not a big deal. And they're going to like go off the wait list and then they're going to have to find somebody. And I'm not kidding you. 2 hours later, my surgeon's office phoned me. I need somebody. Somebody just canceled. We need to. And I was like, are you kidding? So so you know what? I've changed the universe. Everyone's me pushed out. I'm sorry, whoever canceled off their surgery for me to get mine, right? And then I also intended mine would be the first surgery of the morning, so I didn't have to wait around in case they would be late. And sure enough, I was actually the second surgery of the morning. So you know, so basically what I'm saying is things may seem impossible, but they're really not when we take them off the pedestal and we say, look at, we deserve this job. You know, you can change and create anything in the world, right? You know, you can definitely do that. Definitely do that. Let's go back to your Patreon questions here. So if I seem a bit off, that's why. I have the week off to this week to recover. I'm actually feeling better today, so that's why I'm here doing this. So Courtney's question. I'm in a unique situation that I'm not sure how to get around. My specific person and I got into a fight that caused our breakup. Oh my goodness. I had a panic attack in reaction to something he was doing. So I blamed my actions on him. This was 2 months ago. After I calmed down, I apologized. And he says he forgives me, but he states that he refuses to put himself in a place to be blamed for something else for someone else's actions ever again. Oh my goodness. Okay. I understand that it's not permanent and I can change it. I'm just not sure how to do it. I didn't bring it up since we broke up, but we got into a fight and he brought it up again. Okay. I could have sworn we were over it because I don't think it's a big deal. And I've been doing a mental diet and creating intentions, but to him, it is, I guess. Okay. Yeah. He's not over it. It's not that he hasn't forgiven me, but he says, I'm not sure what the problem is. Oh, but because he says he has, so I'm not sure what the problem is. He even says he wishes that things would have turned out differently so we can still be together. Okay, you need to intend that he's understanding and that, he basically puts the past in the past. Okay. Do I just intend that he gets over it? Yeah. And moves. Yeah, absolutely. He intends it, moves past it. Start intending that he understands that I only said what I said because I was hurt and being emotional. Absolutely. Intend that he is also emotionally intelligent. Yeah. Intend that he understands that people say things that when they're upset that they don't mean all the time. But you know what? I do that when it comes to people, like, and things happen. I'm like, people say things that they don't mean all the time. Like, who cares? Just move on, right? So start intending that he does that. Like, I've done some crazy irrational things that, you know what, my Gerry should probably leave me for. No, he doesn't. The other day I got upset and he apologized to me. Like, guys, you can do it. Okay. So just seriously, yeah, intend that um, he's over it and that, you know what, he's totally understanding. I think understanding is the key word. I'm not sure how effective intending that he forgives me is. Well, forgiving you is not the problem. So it's not going to help because he's already forgiven me. Exactly. He just won't put himself in that place again. Okay, so and start intending that he's an understanding guy and he's completely over it and he really didn't think it was a big deal. And, he understands that, you know what, you were upset. And in fact, he takes responsibility for it. And you can even spin it where he decides that takes it on himself and he takes responsibility for what happened. Okay, so why right what you're creating here, Courtney, is that you've done something also terrible that he could just never get past. Okay, and really, I mean, you want him to be a forgiving, loving person that's understanding and loves you unconditionally. So starts creating that he loves you unconditionally. Start creating that he looks at it like it was like seriously no big deal. Like it was no big deal. He's over it. In fact, start intending that he even takes some responsibility for it, that he realizes that, you know, part of it was him or that he completely understands. So, yeah, you nailed it right here when you said that it's not about him forgiving you. It's about basically, um, you know, um, it's not about forgiveness. It's about understanding. So definitely change that one. Mm, need some water, guys. So just to let you guys know, since you're on the call here with me, my video on my other channel is actually going to be late because I'm doing this one. It's not going to be at 1:30 Pacific Standard like it usually is. So we'll see how many people email me and ask me where it is. I'm sure Megan's going to be one of them. We've got, um, can't say this, Nichit Girl. I don't know. I always look at it and think Ninja Girl, which I love. So, but I'm not sure if that's how we say it. So, hi Amanda. What role do dreams play in manifesting, or does Neville Goddard even talk about dreams? I don't think about dreams, but I dream my SP text me would come over at 7 p.m. for dinner. It was vivid enough that I thought it would happen. I'm not assigning meaning. I'm just curious about vivid dreams in the subconscious. Well, you know what? The other night I had a dream that like Andrew dumped me and didn't want to get back together with me. It has nothing to do with my reality. I don't put any meaning to dreams. I don't put meaning, assign that, okay, my dream is going to give me a true reflection of what my subconscious mind is thinking. No, I don't. More what I think about dreams, to be honest, right? And this is part of the background and counseling and whatever that I've got, is that when our brain is basically what they say in sleep, and the scientists say is that our brain is actually sorting out and filing all of our day's events at night in our dreams. Okay, so I mean, that's to me where dreams are, because I mean, if I was to go, oh my goodness, I had a dream, Andrew dumped me in the dream, and I did, and I told him the next morning, I was like, you dumped me last night in my dream. He was like, really, did I? And I was like, yeah. But like, our relationship's fine, there's nothing wrong. So, I mean, I don't put any, I don't put any merit, I don't put any meaning, and I don't think it's a window to my subconscious, because it isn't my dreaming at night, my subconscious, that's going to tell me what is being projected by my subconscious mind. Where you're going to see what your subconscious mind is projecting is your 3D reality during the day. Right. So, for instance, those of you that maybe are in situations where you're not getting what you want, that's what you're actually creating and manifesting, what you're seeing in the 3D world. And, that's where the answers are. Okay. So how does this look? Okay. So let's say I'm in a relationship with Gerry. Okay. And are not in a relationship. We're friends with benefits. Okay. But I want to be married to him. And, I'm going about my day and Gerry's like, yeah, I'm going to come over tonight. And I'm like, oh, great. Okay, fine. Yeah, he's going to come over. And then I'm like, let's talk about our relationship. Gerry's like, I don't want to be with you. Okay, so right there, what I'm actually, manifesting, projecting, what's in my subconscious mind is that Gerry only wants friends with benefits. He's not interested in having a relationship. And that's what's actually in my subconscious mind. So your 3D reality during your waking hours, what is reflected back to you is going to show you what's in your subconscious mind. That's where we need to look. And then we take a look and we're like, okay, do I like Gerry, saying he only wants to be friends with benefits? No, I intend for Gerry to be ready for a committed relationship, so on and so on and so on, changing the events of your day as you're looking at your day. Subconscious mind, you can actually create your subconscious mind. You can give it orders at night. You can say, what I like to say is, make sure you heal me at night. Subconscious mind, I call my subconscious mind Subby. I said, okay, here's your orders, heal me tonight. Sometimes I say to it, hey, you know what? I want you to give me the best video idea tonight. I want the best one. You tell me what we're going to do. And sometimes I'll wake up with like the essence of a video idea. Okay. So you can give your subconscious mind orders. Okay. So your subconscious mind is serving you, it's not controlling you. Okay. So, you can make your dreams mean whatever you want. I would avoid making them mean that they're what is actually in your subconscious mind, like some people say, because now what you're letting your subconscious mind control you. But the only true way to know what your subconscious mind is projecting into your life is what your 3D reality is actually reflecting back to you during your waking hours. I mean, don't put so much into what the dreams are. Okay. You can create, oh, I'm going to have good dreams tonight. You know what? Some people say every time I have this, I eat, chicken, I get nightmares. And then every time they eat chicken, they get nightmares. It doesn't matter. They're just going to get it. Right. So you control your dreams. You control what your subconscious mind shows you in your dreams. Okay. They're not something that is key or, give you any sort of enlightenment to what's hiding in there. Your day-to-day life that reflects back at you is actually just showing you what's there. So once you know how to recognize it and see it, which you guys all do, now that you know that whatever's reflecting back is what's actually in your subconscious mind, then you know how to change it. A really good example is when I was like younger, when I was like 20 years old, I don't know, this is dumb, right? I was like, oh, it is sunny outside. People don't know how to drive. Okay. And all of a sudden, every time it's sunny outside, like I'm constantly swearing at people driving. Nobody uses signals. And I'm like, really? They do like these wacky lane changes only when it's sunny outside. Okay. I created that like complaint like 20 years ago, and it's still showing up to this day every time it's sunny outside. So right there that says, okay, that belief, that complaint was created, it manifested, it shows up every time it's sunny outside. One day I recognized it and I was like, oh, that's crazy. I'm like, oh yeah, I remember I created that. I'm like, okay, I intend for people to understand and know how to drive even when it's sunny out. And in fact, I intend for everyone to drive perfectly, especially on the sunny days, right? So that's how you want to take a look and change things around. Okay. Yes, you can change people to change their interests, like smoking, changing their diet. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. You just start seeing them as that person. Okay. So this we did. We answered that one. What other one do we got here? Wow. How long have we been doing this for? I think it's been a while, hasn't it? I think it has been. I mean, where do we got here? Ah, we just got a couple more. Okay. I can't say this name, so I'm going to call her P.S. Hey, Amanda, every time I intend something, anticipation starts. For example, I'm trying to manifest a text message from somebody, from someone, and once I intend it, I look at my phone and it's not there. After a bit, I look at it again and again, it's still not there. It's just working against me. Could be. You have to say every time you look at your phone, recreate your intention. Okay. If you're recreating your intention every time you look at your phone, it's not working against you. Okay. If you're looking at your phone, wondering why it's not there, questioning why it's not there, then it is working against you. Okay. So every time you notice the lack, recreate your intentions. Okay. Sammy has coaching with me and Megan and many other people over the years. I've even manifested many things, but there are a few specific things I can't manifest no matter what I do or say or try. So a few examples, I want to be with a specific person, but every time I ask if they can hang out, they're busy for whatever reason. Every time I do like you say and tell myself, no, they can hang out, but they never end up hanging out. Okay. Same thing with other things that I want. Okay. So Sammy, it's about changing the entire story. Okay. So it's not just about changing, one intention that they're going to hang out. If you've got a story about somebody that they're always busy, then they're always going to be busy. You've got to change the entire story about that one person. Okay. So you want to take a look and write down again all the reasons why they don't want to hang out. When you write down all those reasons why they never hang out, what all your thoughts are and complaints are about it, change it into positive intentions and start making those changes. Okay. So if you're talking about situations with resistance, then yeah, I mean, those it takes a little while and it takes digging out the entire story to get rid of all of the resistance. Okay. So it's never just one intention. It's basically a sum total of thoughts, the story about a specific person that we want to change and shift. Okay. And again, I said this earlier in this video. I'm going to say it again. Guys, change your stories about your specific people. Change them and start talking about them as they are the person that you want them to be. They're the ones that want to marry you. They're the ones that are vegetarians. They're the ones that do things to save the planet. They're the ones that, go out of their way to want to be with you. They're understanding that you can do anything and they'll apologize for it, that they love you unconditionally. Okay. So, or that they always make time for you, and all the other reasons why they're busy, you want to start changing those over as well. And if you're not sure what your blocks are with a person, if they're telling you they're busy, okay, well then you have to say that they always make time for you, okay, as well as whatever other story that you may be having there, okay. Miss White 25, my question of the week is it better to say this intention? My SP and his partner are breaking up, or my SP and his partner have broken up. Just saying they're breaking up and push it into the future. No, your subconscious mind has no concept of time. None. It doesn't know anything future tense. It doesn't know anything past tense. It doesn't know anything at all. If you actually recall an event that happened previously, you'll actually recreate it right now in the future. Like right now in this moment, like you'll recreate it. So your subconscious mind has no concept of time whatsoever. It does not exist for your subconscious mind. So nothing is put to the future. Even if you talk about something future tense, it's still going to happen right now. No big deal. Okay. What's better to say? Basically, that your specific person wants to be with you and only you, and they're already broken up with the other person, right? The other person's already gone. They found someone better, and this is what you want to happen. Okay. So both are fine. Yeah, guys, don't get so caught up in future tense, past tense, because your subconscious mind has no concept of time. So we're just creating a lot of stuff out there that didn't that it's just more overthinking and overanalyzing something that doesn't need that much overanalyzing and thinking to, right? Anyways, yes, I'm amazing. So are you guys. So are you, Tammy. You are. Yeah, Patreon live session. You know what? I'm thinking that I'm going to answer the questions actually weekly on the live. I think it's easier because I'm not a big typer. You guys know I don't do email coaching. That's because I don't like typing. And that's why when somebody like a video idea, I'm like, yeah, or like they email me, I'm like, I'll make a video out of it because I like doing videos, like, Oh, thank you. I intend that each and every one of you guys have gotten something huge out of this, and yeah. So I don't know. I like it too. I think we're gonna make this a regular thing because yeah, just kind of like hang out. I think I've been doing it for an hour. That's really not bad. And I answered a lot of other questions in here and rambled on about my stuff in my life, right? So thanks for listening to that. So yeah, well, actually, yeah, Tammy, you're right. I think a regular time. So what I'll do is I'll just do a post right now on Patreon and be like, okay, so like what time would be the best for everybody, and sort of try to get it in around that time. Or the other thing is maybe every week we can maybe I'll do different times. So like I'm in Pacific Standard, as you guys know, you guys are my schedule, so it's not like I have to be at work at a certain time or anything like that. So like I'm flexible, but like what's your guys' timing? So let's do YouTube lives. What time works for you guys? Okay, maybe I should put a little bit more in here. So I am going to be doing YouTube lives, and I would like to know what time works for you guys. Now, I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to do this every single week. every single week because you know, like this week, like I did have surgery last week and luckily I felt okay today, so not every week I can, you know, pop on and do this, but I mean, I think I can definitely commit to at least doing it once a month. I mean, I don't think that's a problem. Like, I think that's okay. I would like to do it weekly, or you know, we can just see how it goes from there, but I really enjoyed this better than actually typing, to be honest. Promotion on upcoming classes. Ooh, what classes? You know, we've got two. We've got recreating people and identifying your blocks. Nobody signs up for the identifying your blocks, even though it's a really good course. Well, actually, we've had people sign up in the past, but not recently. I don't know why, but discount on the courses, you guys say. Well, of course, you guys are part of the Patreon. So anyone on the Patreon, we can actually give you a discount. You can do the course for $100 instead of $125. So which one do you want to sign up for? The blocks or the identity? How about email me? Here, I'll put my email in here. Email me that you are part of the Patreon, and then I'll have to manually sign you up, okay? So there's my email. So email me, Denise, and anybody else. Oh, the doubts. Oh, the blocks, you mean? Your blocks. That one's really good. That one's really good. I did that course, and everyone watched the video, and then basically when they came on to do like the group coaching, the first one, they were like, your video was really good. Like, we figured a lot of our blocks out. I was like, oh my goodness, I'm like, it's awesome. I'm like, we don't need the call. They're like, no, we still want the call. Of course we still want the call, right? But it's like, wow, I was shocked. It's like, wow, but I intended it would be good. Yes, Manali, you can switch coaches if you want to, just to throw it out there if you're interested. You can have that discount as well. Maybe Denise has some time coming up. I think might be a good match for what I think you need to change and what she offers. So I see you two working together really, really well, just knowing you two. So there's always an option for you as well. You know, sometimes a different perspective really, 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 really helps as well. So, you know, yeah. Awesome, guys. Anyways, okay, so we've answered those 14 questions. I've got 25 minutes to do a video and post it on the other channel. You guys, anybody quickly got an idea of what I'm going to record for that other video for that channel? Maybe I should look at your guys' ideas here on your video page. You guys did have some really good ideas for videos. I need one. I need one. Of course, I got like 100 of them on my my wall here. YouTube lives. Yeah, we're doing that one. Fun game, money. I know money, great, right? Would you manifest? Awesome. Video ideas. Questions. Oh, wow. I post a lot. Tips. Video ideas. Here we go. Found them. Okay, so, okay, I'm going to pick one of your video guys' ideas off of here. And we did revision already. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I will do some of these. I'll do some of these. I'll do these video ideas here. I'll take it from this from your guys' post here. Awesome. Oh wait, we got an idea. Well, you may help with any bedtime rituals and morning rituals. Yeah, that's kind of cool too. Yeah, I could do that. We'll do that. We'll do that. Bedtime and morning time rituals. I will do that and post that. Bedtime and morning rituals. And obviously SP related, right? SP related. Or any subject related. Yeah, okay. Awesome. Well, we will see you guys later. Thanks for all the amazing questions. And I hope I answered all of your guys' questions. And you're all absolutely amazing. And yes, if you want those discounts, email me. I put my email in the description and I will hook you up. Okay. So anyways, we'll see you guys later. Thanks so much for being part of the Patreon. Bye-bye.